So, as usual, we will start by chanting the original verses. Second chapter, we will chant from first to 8. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः संजय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। श्रीभगवान् उवाच कुतस्त्वाकश्मलम् इदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टम् अस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरम् अर्जुन। क्लैब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप। अर्जुन उवाच कथं भीष्ममहं संख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हावरिसूदन। गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्षमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरुनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिर न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयु यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषाम स्तेव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्र कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यच्छ्रेयस्यान् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नं न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात् यत्शोकमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमा वसपत्नमृद्धं राज्यं सुराणाम् अपि चाधिपत्यम्। So, we have seen that when Arjuna insisted on his decision not to fight, first Sri Krishna told him, Arjuna, in this perilous place, whence has come to you this impurity which is not entertained by enlightened persons, and it does not lead to heaven. Not only that, it will bring you infamy. And then he scolds him. Last time we have seen, yield not to unmanliness, O son of Pritha, it does not befit you. Cast off this faint-heartedness and arise, O scorcher of thy enemies. And last time we had seen that Arjuna still has some arguments left as to why he should not fight. So he says, you are telling me to fight, but see who is standing before me. Duryodhana, etc. I understand, rogues, but my revered elders, gurus, are standing before me. Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya. So even if they use weapons against me, I should not even retaliate, let alone strike them before. So now we will come to the next verse, that is the 5th verse of this chapter. Now this is we may think that this is a repetition of what Arjuna has said earlier. That's what I had thought. But when we will go deeper today, we will see no. This is a very important stage in Arjuna's life, where it indicates a transformation. We will see how. And this transformation finally leads him to take the biggest step, the most beneficial step. That is complete surrender at the feet of the Lord, that is Sri Krishna himself. So we will see, it's a wonderful study, and that verse is of course very, very important. When we come to that, we will see. So as usual, please repeat after me, because this verse we are studying today. So the Sandhya will break up, because otherwise the same word you will think it is repeated. So just follow closely. Gurun ahatva hi mahanubhavan. Gurun ahatva hi mahanubhavan. Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshyam api haloke. Bhoktum bhaikshyam api haloke. Hatvartha kamanstu gurun ihaiva. Hatvartha kamanstu gurun ihaiva. Bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradhigdhan. Bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradhigdhan. So first is gurun ahatva, and the next is hatva. That we have to see. As usual, I will say the Sanskrit words of this. I will arrange it in proper prose order. It is already there in front of me, and I will read the translation. Then you please repeat the original word as well as the translation. First is Mahanubhavan, great soul. Mahanubhavan,
great soul.
Gurun, masters.
Gurun, masters.
Ahatva means by not killing.
Not killing.
He, surely.
He surely.
Iha loke, in this life.
In this life.
Bhaikshyam, the food got by begging. Got by begging. Api, even. Bhoktum, to eat. Shreya, better. So this Shreya is a very important word. And this is good, better. When you add nish to that, it becomes nishreya. Nishreya means ultimate good, liberation, God realization. So please remember this word. It will come again and again. But. Gurun, masters. Hatva, by killing. Iha, in this world. Eva, even. Artha kaman, wealth and desires. Bhogan, enjoyments. Rudhira pradigdan, stained with blood. Bhunjiya, enjoy. So the translation is, rather than killing these noble souls who are my gurus also, it would be much better to live in this world by subsisting on bhiksha, that is alms. Even that is better, let alone king's kingdom and all that. Because by killing my own teachers, though they may be driven for desire for kingdom, wealth, to please Duryodhana, etc. But what will happen to me? By killing them, I may get kingdom, I may get worldly pleasures. But this will be like what is called in English blood money. So all my worldly pleasures will be tainted with their blood. So that kind of enjoyment is no good. It is impure. And here he uses the word Shreya. So Shreya is not worldly good, mind you. When we start studying the Upanishads, there is a very important verse in the Katha Upanishad which says that two things approach every human being. One is prayer. Prayer means pleasant. Nice things to eat, air-conditioned rooms to live in, and parties. Another thing which approaches him is Shreya. So Shreya means what? Not these worldly things. It is the ultimate good. So here he uses this word Shreya, that this will not lead me to the ultimate good. So means what? Now he is awakening. He is thinking not only of this world at all, but ultimate good, which is spiritual development. So now see, it seems from this verse that words spoken by Sri Krishna in the second and third verses are finally having an effect on Arjuna. Till now he was just giving his own arguments, but now he is thinking seriously on what Sri Krishna has said. So even though Arjuna still thinks that it is unrighteous to kill revered elders like Bhishma and Drona, he is thinking now that Sri Krishna is again and again telling him to fight without any hesitation. So now he is starting to think that something must be there which I cannot understand. Krishna is not just an ordinary person that he will tell me something wrong. So now the tone of Arjuna is changed. Previously there was an aggressive tone. What are you talking about? How can I fight, etc. Now he is thinking, will it be good to fight these? You tell me. Is it not that there is a change of tone? So he says even bhiksha, the act of begging, is better. Although we know that in India there is called varnashrama dharma. All the four varnas, they have duties. What is proper for Kshatriya is not proper for Brahmana. So eating by begging is forbidden of Kshatriya. Householders, so Kshatriya means what? They are defenders of the kingdom. So here in India also householders, they cannot ask for anything. They cannot ask for anything from anybody else because they are supposed to earn themselves. They are supposed to stand on their own feet. So out of greed or anything, if they go and beg, they are deviated from their duty. So Kshatriya is not supposed to beg. He has his arms, he has his prowess. So when he says this bhiksha is better, he knows this is not what I am supposed to do. But still he says, I consider the accepting the painful begging to be superior to killing my elders. Why? They are very great. Bhiksha may cause sin for a Kshatriya, but he says killing them will cause greater sin. Why? They are not ordinary people. Bhishma and Drona, they are Mahanubhavan. Mahanubhavan means Mahan Anubhava Shruta Adhyayana Tapa Achara Adi Nibandhana. Who are Mahanubhavas? Those who possess great spiritual power. Arising from what? Shruta, scriptural study. Shruta Adhyayana, studying the Vedas. Tapa, austerity. proper achara. Achara means conduct. So, ihaloke means even though begging will bring me disgrace and contempt in this world, people will laugh. This mighty Arjuna, he is now stooped to such a low level. But still it is better to beg than to kill my elders. That is the thing. Why? We have seen. The reason is given in this verse. Hatvartha kamastu guru nihaiva rudhira. Rudhira means blood. So if I fight according to your command, Krishna, as a result of killing my elders in this battle, I will enjoy the pleasures which will be stained with their blood. So I won't get Shreya. I won't get that, I won't be nearer to God, to the supreme goal of life. So this passage conveys Arjuna's ethical as well as spiritual distress. He is not merely refusing to fight out of emotion here, but because the war promises only blood-stained worldly gains, not spiritual freedom. Now he is awakening to the idea. And he says, even if my elders make mistakes, they are still my gurus. So, Dharma says Kshatriya is to fight, but he wants to say that go into the spirit of Dharma, don't go by the letter. It will lead to inner impurity if I kill them. So, I will not be closer to the supreme goal of life. But this is not like the previous Arjuna, because as we have said, now Krishna's words are starting to have an effect. And now he is doubting that Krishna is telling me again and again, am I doing the right thing by still insisting to fight? Okay, now again we will see the same thing in the next verse, 2.6. Again, as before, please repeat. Slowly I will do, and Sandhi I will tell you where to break. Na chaitad vidma kataranno gariyo yadva jayema yadivano jayeyu Yane vahatva Najiji vishama Steva sthita Pramukhe dharta rashtra. Again, see, na in Sanskrit, one is meaning is no. But when you add a visarga, na, naha means us, asmakam. So, again I will say the words and translation, please repeat after me. Na for us. Katarat, which of the two? So this sandhi is there. Kataran, no. So actually it is Katarat plus na. Gariya, better. Etat, this. Nacha vidma, I do not know. Yatra, whether. Jayeyu, we should conquer. Yadiva, or that. Naha, us. Jayeyu, they should conquer. So either we should conquer them or they should conquer us. Okay. Yan, whom. Eva, very. Hatva, after slaying. Na jiji vishama. We will have no wish to live. So whenever there is a duplication in Sanskrit, it indicates a wish. Like bubhuksha means wish to eat, I am hungry. Jigyasa, wish to know. So jiji vishama means we will not wish to live after killing them. After who killing whom? Te, those. Dhartarashtra, sons of Dhritarashtra. Pramukhe in front. Avasthita standing. So I cannot discern which is better. That we should conquer them or they should prevail over us. Because those very sons of Dhritarashtra, by slaying whom we will find no joy in life, they are standing before us. So what value is victory when it comes at such a great cost? So now he sees the change. He's telling, I don't know which is better. So he confesses that he doesn't know. Na chaitad vidma means cha etad vidma. So we do not know between living on arms and fighting which is good for me. Okay. I cannot decide whether to fight or not. The reason is that Krishna, in your view, fighting is superior, but in my view, not fighting is superior because killing revered teachers is a sin. So both sides are presented. I do not know which will be better. So now he is weighing both the options. Okay. Yadva jayama yadivano jayu. If we fight according to your command, we don't know whether they will conquer us or we will conquer them. Who knows what will happen in future? So when you will read this verse with commentaries, this part of the verse, Yadva Jayema Yadivano Jayi, many persons have interpreted this to mean that Krishna does not know what will be the result of the battle. So he is afraid. He thinks he may be killed, he may be defeated. He doesn't know what will be the result. Some people have interpreted in this way. But this may not be the correct interpretation. We will see the reasons. So if we say that Arjuna really has a doubt about who will be victorious in this war, it does not stand to reason. It does not actually stand to reason that he had any doubt about his victory. Yeah, because he was already convinced that victory will be his. Why? Sage Vyasa himself had told Arjuna that he would be victorious. Arjuna cannot doubt that. Balaram, Sri Krishna's brother, elder brother, he had assured Arjuna that he would win. Apart from these, Krishna himself had repeatedly promised victory and declared that Duryodhana and his supporters would be killed. So at the beginning of the war, following Krishna's advice, Arjuna had even worshipped goddess Durga, who appeared and granted him the boon of victory. This story is also there in the Mahabharata. So, we cannot think that Arjuna had gone to such a low level that he would not believe Vyasa, he would not believe Balaram, he would not believe Krishna, and he would not believe Durga as well. So, to say that Arjuna would not believe all these assurances is an unfair criticism. In fact, in Mahabharata, if you read, at the start of the war, Rukmi was the brother of 0. In exam, you will get 0. Rukmi was the brother of whom? Rukmini. So, Rukmi had come to Arjuna with a vast army and said, I will give you the support of this army. but you have to tell me that you fear the Kauravas and doubt your victory. Then I will support you. I will come to you only if you think there is a need. So if you think you are very great, then why should I help you? Like that that was his attitude. So Krishna said, my friend, I don't need your army. You take your army and go. Why? He said, not only you, but even thousands of warriors like you joining the Kauravas will not frighten me. As long as Vasudeva, Krishna, is with me. And I have my Gandiva. I have my bow. I am capable of defeating all beings, demons, gods, and humans. So don't think you are doing me a big favor. Please take your army and go back. So all these things have happened. So there is no question that Arjuna had any doubt that he would not win. No, not at all. We cannot say that. So the meaning of this.
He was overcome by his emotions.
So this meaning of this Yadva Jayema Yadivano Jayu must be understood differently. Another thing is to note is Krishna does not believe that Arjuna is afraid. So Krishna seems to say, great warriors will think that you have fled the battle. But he does not say anywhere that Arjuna, why are you afraid of this huge army? So he seems to say that although people will think you have fled out of fear, I know you are not afraid. You are not fighting. Why? Just because you are attached to these people. So Katarat no Gariyo means the question to consider is this. Arjuna says. What Arjuna's argument is what? He is not in doubt. So what is his argument then? Question to consider is Arjuna wants to say which side's victory is honorable. He says if I fight, I will surely win. They can defeat only if I do not fight. If I fight, I know I will win. If I don't fight, they will win. So the question is not whether they can defeat us. No, they can never defeat us. Krishna is there, I am there, no problem, he says. The question is the victory of which side will be honorable. That is the thing. Yeah. So why? Because we do not wish to live after killing them. I don't wish to live. The idea of enjoying pleasure, ruling after gaining the kingdom is far-fetched. If my kinsmen are killed, what will I do by living? So if I defeat them, my victory will also be as good as a loss. That is what he wants to say. So Arjuna seems to ask, Yadivano Jayu Yane Vatva, when he says, he is asking which victory would be the proper one. Because all these people, Drona, Bhishma, they have to be killed. If we don't kill them, no question of winning the war. Kaurava side will be destroyed in the war. And after killing them, we will not wish to survive. But if they kill us when I don't fight, then at least our lineage will not be destroyed. Vansha, it will go on, although I may be killed. But at least Kurus will not be wiped out. Family tradition will continue. In this way, he says, for me, the question is not whether we will win or not if I fight. We will win surely. But will that win be honorable? That is what he is asking. So, and the point is that Arjuna wants to say that even when we fight, we will surely win. In my view, rather than fighting and winning, it will be much better if I let them kill me for the greater good. If I fight, I will wipe out the Kauravas. Nobody will be left. But if I don't fight, for a few people, at least the Vansha, the lineage will go on. That is his argument. So, as we have said, point is when some sanskara, some impression becomes deeply rooted in the mind, even if knowledge arises, Krishna is again and again telling you, even if knowledge arises, it becomes overshadowed by that impression. That is why people don't want to accept anything which is against their comfort level. They have been used to thinking in a particular way. Now when they hear the opposite, no, I'm quite okay. I don't want your teaching. Take it with you. That is the problem. So Arjuna is in the same situation. His mind cannot see beyond his attachment because it is completely dominated by that. So, because of that, even his discernment is expressed under the influence of that attachment. The thing to note is this, although now we are seeing that Arjuna is awakening to spiritual goal, but still his attention is fixed where? His attention is fixed only on one thing, body, sharira. Bodies of all those people whom he considers his own. That is all. His intellect is not fixed in pure Brahman, nor in qualified Brahman, nor in Prakriti. Nowhere. Arjuna's intellect is stuck in only this gross body. So if the body is destroyed, he thinks they will cease to exist. This body has to be destroyed. It is composed of 5 elements. And because of ignorance, we are thinking this is mine, I am this. So it is a product of ignorance. And in this ignorance, Arjuna's mind has become stuck. So, attachment to anything or anybody is a sign of only one thing, ignorance. Simple as that. Where whoever is attached to anything or anybody will have to suffer. There is a Sanskrit saying in this, Priyam Tvam Rotsyati. Your beloved will make you cry. If you attach to people, they will do 2 things. First, they will bind you. And second is they will make you cry. Means they will cause distress. Today or tomorrow. It has to come. So Arjuna is caught in the attachment which he feels towards the Kauravas. We have seen that again and again. And what are the consequences from this verse of this attachment? 3 main consequences. Arjuna is going against Krishna's advice. He is ready to abandon his duty as a Kshatriya. Third, he is putting the whole society at risk just because of those few people. Because if Yudhishthira is not there, when Kauravas start to rule, the country will go to rack and ruin. So, but in spite of all this, we have seen that Arjuna is awakening. He is now thinking about Shreya. Not only about, yes, attachment is there, but now he is also thinking about the spiritual goal. So now we come to a very important verse, which marks a turnaround for Arjuna. The last 2 verses indicate that he is awakening, and this awakening comes to fruition in this verse, where he finally admits. We have seen in the last 2 verses, he is telling, I don't know. Now he admits his weakness. No use hiding. You cannot hide anything from God. And you should not hide anything from your teacher or God. So he finally surrenders to Sri Krishna and requests to be instructed by him. So, we will go into a little detail in this verse. We may not complete it today, but we have to. It's a very interesting study and a very important one. So, in the introduction to this verse, it is said, Guru upasadanam idanim pratipadyate. Now, the all important step in the life of a spiritual aspirant. What? Guru upasadanam means approach to the Guru is being stated. When will a person feel the need of approaching a Guru? So we people approach a Guru. We also approach Gurus. We have Gurus, many of us. But nothing happens. After 10 years, we say to the Guru, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Why? Because the main thing is not there. The main thing, what is it? Understanding our condition and understanding the manifold defects in this samsara. Since we don't understand those defects, we think we are quite all right. There is no need of anything higher. There is no real want for anything higher. So, only one who has thoroughly understood sansara dosha, all the defects which are in worldly life, and another very important word, please remember, who has become nirvinna. Nirvinna means, it is not there in that verse, nirvinna means complete disillusionment. He knows there is nothing. In this samsara, he will get only suffering. He will not get what he seeks. Then what he will do? Vidhivat gurum upasannasya eva vidya grahana adhikarat. Vidhivat, he will go to the teacher in a proper way. Not, hi Swami, can you tell me Gita? I will lie on my sofa and I will just listen to YouTube. No, proper way. And only by doing that, what will happen? Vidya grahana adhikara. He will gain the fitness to receive vidya, to receive the knowledge. So 3 qualifications there are for knowledge. Madhusudana Saraswati emphasizes that only those who first have clearly discerned the defects of samsara feel, and second is this knowing the defects will bring vairagya, will bring dispassion. If you know there is some food but it has some kind of poison in it, what will happen? You will go away from the food. If you keep on eating meat, means you are not convinced. Somebody has told you, but you don't really believe. So if people go on taking pleasure in samsara, this means what? They are not convinced that there is only dosha in samsara. So second is, as a result of that conviction, there will be dispassion. And third is, he will approach a guru in a proper way to receive that supreme vidya, supreme knowledge. So, nirvinna. Nirvinna is a very important word. Deeply detached. In Vedanta, this word signals the turning point from worldly engagement to renunciation, often marking the point where a student becomes a adhikari. Adhikari means proper recipient. It indicates a mature detachment. Mature detachment comes when there is discrimination. He thinks again and again. He meditates on it. Thinks what people are getting. what he can get, and finally arrives at the conclusion that there is nothing worth getting. So previously Arjuna was acting only under emotional distress. But now his proper approach to the Guru, Krishna, is a sign of ripened dispassion and readiness to attain self-knowledge. In other words, what is happening? Divine grace is working through the outer shell of suffering. Suffering has to come. Without suffering, nobody can gain maturity, nobody can have any idea of the nature of the world. So this suffering, if people don't have a guide, what will happen? They break down. There's nothing higher to look forward in life. But if a person has some sanskaras in him, spiritual sanskaras, then that suffering itself will help him attain spiritual development. So same thing is happening here. This suffering is enabling Arjuna to think, discriminate, and finally surrender. So this we have to understand, otherwise we will not understand the next verse. So this sets the stage for this following verse, where Arjuna finally says to Krishna, I am your disciple. Teach me. No more telling my own views, etc., etc. For I have surrendered to you. But surrender does not come so easily. Again, he will say next after that, I will not fight. But that is okay. In everyone it happens. Again, it has to be subdued, which Arjuna of course will do. So this very important verse, let us chant, and as usual please repeat after. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So the breakup is like this: Karpanya dosha upahata svabhava. Tvam prichhami dharma sammuda cheta. Yat shreya becomes yat shreya. Syat plus nishchitam becomes syan nishchitam. Tat plus me becomes tan me. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So I will say the words and translation. Please repeat. Upahata svabhava means my kshatriya nature is overpowered. Upahata svabhava means his nature is, Karpanya dosho, by Karpanya. I will not translate this because this is untranslatable. Karpanya dosho, by the fault of Karpanya. Okay? Dharma sammuda cheta. Sammuda. Muda means confused. Sammuda means samyak roop se confused. Totally confused. About what? Dharma. So because I am totally confused, I am asking you. What am I asking you? Yat shreya means I ask what is good. May for me. Yat which. Syat which is good. Tan is.
Tam is.
Nishchitam, decidedly. Bruhi say.
We say.
Aham, I. Te, your. Shishya, disciple.
Disciple.
Tvam, in you. Prapannam, taking refuge.
Prabandham taking refuge.
Mam, me.
Mami.
Shadhi, instruct. So, Arjuna is telling my nature, my Kshatriya nature is completely overpowered. By what? Karpanya. There is no word which can translate this. It has been translated in many ways. Taint of commiseration, unenlightenment, all these things are there. But they cannot convey the meaning. So we will go into detailed meaning. So my nature has become overpowered by dosha. That is admitting this fault is there. What is that fault? Karpanya. Whenever a dosha, a fault enters anything, if some food, some fault is entered, microwave, and what will it do? It will corrupt the food. Is it not? So because of that, my mind has become bewildered. Sammuda. Cheta means mind. My mind has become bewildered. About what? About dharma. Dharma is roughly, it can be translated as duty. But we will go into detail. So because I cannot think right, you now please tell me, which is the everlasting and highest goal. Again this Shreya comes. Yat Shreya Syat. You tell me that. And why? Why should you tell me? Why should you, Krishna, tell anybody? There is no reason for him to tell. He will tell only when he knows that person is fit to receive. He does not want any fees. He does not want his name to be scattered all over the world. So why will those great souls teach us? They have no motive. They teach with only one motive. That is compassion. They want to help those who are in need. And those who are in need, what are the characteristics we have seen? Need for spiritual knowledge. 3 characteristics they should have. So Krishna sees, yes, these 3 characteristics are there. So he tells me, please teach. Why? Because I have taken shelter under you. Protect me. I am your disciple. Please accept me as your disciple. That is the way. So, of course, Krishna will teach. Through Arjuna, he will teach the whole world. And, of course, we will see those wonderful teachings. So now, for the all-important word in this, all words are important, but the first word, Karpanya. What does it mean? As in Sanskrit, always, the root of the word indicates the meaning of the word. So, Karpanya, the root is krip. Krip means to pity, to feel compassion, pityingly look upon. So, this actually krip leads to the word kripana. Kripana leads to the word karpanya. So, you can say kripana-ness, kindness, kindness. Like say kripana-ness is karpanya. And what is kripana? Kripana means, since krip is pity, compassion, kripana means one who is to be pitied. One who is worthy of compassion. That is kripana. So who is worthy of compassion? Now generally we think who is worthy of compassion? Who cannot eat, who does not have wealth. No. One who is deficient in good qualities, in nobility, in good character. So gradually this word has come to mean, Kripana has come to mean a stingy person, miserly person. Miserly persons are the worst in the world. Why? Because they cannot think anything beside themselves. So they are to be pitied. They may be millionaires, but in the spiritual field, they are to be pitied. So there are many other words as connotations of this word kripana. It indicates a person of extremely weak character, who is always selfish. So many from the uses we can make out. Some uses I will just quote before you. Karma kshetre kripano no dayaka. Karma kshetre, in the field of action, a cowardly person gives little. So if there is some work, 10 persons are doing some work. Whenever he will see so much work I have to do, I have an appointment, I am going. Escapism. Okay. Dharma pathe kripana sada rahita. Dharma path, in the path of dharma, in this path of spirituality, the kripana is always rahita, means he is always excluded. He cannot have spiritual progress. Impossible. Another meaning is satu kripana atma sammana hina. Hina means devoid of. He has no self-respect. He will go on begging. Sir, give me this, sir, give me that, please do this for me, please do that for me. So this kind of people are pitied, like a beggar. Okay. So those with no self-respect are to be pitied. And karpanya is the state or condition of being a kripana. So karpanya actually means what? Miserableness also, mental dejection also, unworthiness also, narrowness of spirit also. All these words are indicated. So you can see, you can never really translate. Karpanya is not just sadness. It is not that Arjuna has just become sad and he is telling. No. It is the failure of the heroic spirit which is needed, of course, for spiritual knowledge, but even in the world, to progress anywhere, you have to have the spirit inside you, no? If you are always small-minded, always only seeking small things without making any effort, then you cannot advance anywhere. So when Sharat Chandra Chakravarti was there, Swami Vivekananda, they were discussing. Swami Vivekananda used to help people in various ways, not only spiritual development. Those who wanted worldly advice, he was ready to give because that is the path for them. So Sharat Chakravarti, he told in that time that you want to make money, you go to America. And what do? He sell Banarasi sari. So immediately he began to argue, doubt with Sharat Chandra. Sir, why will those people purchase these Banarasi sari? Swami Vivekananda said, you don't worry about that. You go, you somehow manage your passage. Then he also said, I will give you capital. Start your business there, and I will be responsible if you don't find any. Then he says, sir, but I don't have the courage. But Swami Vivekananda said, that is the problem with you people. You don't have the courage to do something innovative, something, take a chance. So this lack of heroic spirit, Swami Vivekananda did not want us to have again and again. So this is, we have seen the general meaning of Kripana and general meaning of Karpanya. Now we are discussing Arjuna here. So we just have to see in context of Arjuna, what does it mean? Kripana is who does not want to give anything. So, if you read the commentaries on the Gita, they have given explained the word in the Sanskrit commentaries. So, I will give you in context of Arjuna. I will give you one or two definitions and then we will end today. So, in context of Arjuna, what is the meaning of Karpanya? Anatmavit Atma Sambandhinam Viyoga Asahanam Karpanyam. Sambandhi. Who is a Sambandhi? Yes, blood relations. So, Anatmavit, one who has not gained the knowledge of the self, he will always feel afraid of what? Viyoga. Detachment. From who? His blood relatives. Husband, wife, children, grandson, great grandchildren, of course, you'll be very happy when you have them. I know. So, who is a Kripana? Who is afraid that he may be separated from this? Inability to bear the separation from relatives due to ignorance of the self is called Karpanya. Meanness of spirit, smallness of spirit. Why is Arjuna grieving over killing Bhishma and Drona? Because he sees them only as relatives and teachers. He does not see that they are also the same Atman. They can never die. He just sees the mind-body complex, not the self. That is the ultimate reason. So the defect arising from that, seeing only the mind and body, is Karpanya. That makes him afraid to think that he will not be with them any longer. Because of such characteristics, all those who do not know the self, Atmavit, who are not Atmavit, they are Kripana. All of us are Kripana because we miss the supreme goal of life. That is why this is the highest sense of this word. That is why in the Upanishad it is said, very, very famous statement, we should memorize that. Yova etad aksharam gargi aviditva asmat lokat pretya sakripana. Yajnavalkya is teaching Gargi, O Gargi, one who etad aksharam, this one reality which is not decaying, akshara, asmat lokat, from this world goes pretya. He goes away without knowing the reality. He goes away still in ignorance. Is Kripana. So naturally, Karpanya, the Kripananess, makes one ineligible for Brahma Vidya unless it leads to surrender. So we are Kripana means what? We are doomed forever? No. We have to first realize we are Kripana. If we are think I am so and so mighty, rich, powerful, so many PhD degrees, PhDs won't work here. First is realize and then surrender to God. So Arjuna, this Karpanya leads him to spiritual development. Why? Because he surrenders. He understands there is a fault which has entered into him. He wants to remove it. He wants to become Atmavit, knower of God. But he knows he cannot do so without help. So he goes to the Guru. So this is the meaning of Karpanya. Kripana, one who should be pitied. From that comes Karpanya. So as we see, this cannot really be translated by one word. So there's a lot more to be learnt in this verse. We will go into detail and I'm sure you will like it. So we have to stop here today. Om Shanti
Shanti Shanti Hari Om Tat Sat
Shri
Ram Krishna Panamastu